Martin Banks has taken on some big challenging topics that are of great interest to a lot of companies that are around the Bay Area and around the world. And he's discussed them in a way in which both industry and academia have been able to find a common language.
I started in physics because that's what my uncle did. Halfway through my college career, I decided that it wasn't relevant enough to people for me, so I switched to psychology. I decided I was going to study the psychology of deafness, and then learned there are no jobs in that field at the time, so I switched into visual development, where there is a more growing field. And that's how I got started in it. And then after that, I've just kind of followed my nose. Where I think a problem is interesting, I pursue it.
His main contribution actually is sort of intangible. He's broadened the perspective, I think, of optometry's view of vision science.
I think Marty's made significant contributions in a lot of areas. Infant visual development, sensory cue combination, how we combine vision and touch to understand our world, and more recently in 3D vision.
Marty's research really applies to visual displays in a really important way. So we now, through Marty's work, understand much better how different cues to 3D vision interact with each other and where they cause conflicts. And those conflicts are what makes visual discomfort. And so one of the ripples is that we will have better visual displays.
If there's a Turing test for a display where you look at it and you can't tell whether it's real or not, then we've sort of succeeded. Marty's work really sort of pushes the boundary and moves us a little bit closer to getting to that point.
I think Marty is a really superb communicator. He has this remarkable ability to take something very complicated and reduce it to something that's very simple to understand and also very practical.
In all honesty, I don't think I'm exceptionally intelligent. I think I'm a pretty bright guy, but I don't think I'm exceptionally intelligent. And so I think I can relate to people that don't easily understand things, because for me it's never just been easy. I don't look at someone and say, oh, I understand that. I have to kind of work at it.
The things I really admire about Marty are his openness, his friendliness, his caring about other people, and the way that he takes care of his students.
Marty takes a deep interest in the success of his students, and he has done an excellent job of following them for years after they leave his lab and providing advice and assistance wherever he can.
He is a wonderful mentor. He cares a lot about getting you on your feet when you're in his lab. He cares a lot about making everyone that he works with successful.
To me, Marty is more like a father than a supervisor.
They're like my kids. I mean, I spent a lot of time with them and worked on them in their professional development.
I have the adjacent office, and I think he spends 90% of his time mentoring.
So if I had one word to describe Marty, it'd be influential.
Convincing.
Curious.
Innovative.
I would say adventurous.
Dedicated.
So one of the great things about Marty is just how vital his career still is. Many of his peers at this stage would be considering retirement. Not Marty. His research continues to be important to him, important to all of us. And his influence now, even in things like entertainment, augmented reality, three-dimensional viewing, is really tremendous, and he just keeps going from strength to strength.
The impact of Marty's research will be felt far into the future in ways that we can't necessarily predict yet.
Marty Banks is a world-class scientist, and I think he's a really superb colleague to have.
Just an all-around good guy.